Yo, what is good? My anime people. Zora, let me do my thing. Uh, yeah, bye. We got this Dragon Quest show finally blessing us, and I am honestly surprised at the quality, the fights, the everything we got this week looking real snazzy. One thing, and I know this might sound bad, but don't hate me for it. I have actually never seen this show, so it's really a blind run for me. I'm not very sure why these certain things are going to happen or what characters are going to join, so forth. So I honestly want to be surprised and just see where everything goes, but we pretty much pick up with a battle coming to an end. Excuse me. And a battle coming to an end, and what we see is how fast times are changing, I guess, when it comes down to the Demon Lord or the higher Monster Lord or whatever the heck is over the Dark Lord was watching him, and once he lost to a human, you pretty much knew that he can't underestimate him anymore. He can't just go on thinking he knows the end all be all stuff. So now that he has a better understanding, it seems like he's going to take a much different approach against said humans or just humans in general. So I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do with this show because, to be fair, not knowing anything about it, but playing any of the quest games, you automatically feel all of these monsters that show up. They are 110%. They are 110% the same monsters that you see throughout that whole entire game of the Dragon Quest games, but you never see this character in general, and I never understood why that is. And main thing just comes down to there are a good amount of characters in this show that never exist like outside of this one character's journey. So to see all the other stuff that I've seen through the games, it's crazy to think that this character never was really like in it when I was playing it, you know. So it's nice to see something expansive on the Dragon Quest world because I did enjoy one of the games. I just never got to beat it, but from what I understand, this is completely separate from that storyline. Like the storylines are just different in general, different time periods. But they clearly share the same universe, seeing how we can see the same exact monsters inhabiting this place, which is one of the cool little notions. Like, for instance, the monsters inside of Persona 5 are kind of unique to Persona 5, but if you go and look at all the other Personas, they're all pretty much just there, right? Like, there's even some animes that aren't Persona. I forget, it's called the Devil's something. It was an anime about people who were getting powers to their phones and they can summon up avatar like monsters, and if you are on this website it's because you're about to die soon, so forth and so forth. But they wound up using the Persona monsters, and it's kind of like this show to me. It's like, oh well, they're using the video game monsters, but I think it's a vice versa thing. Like I don't know which one came first, but regardless of which one came first, this episode was brilliantly done. Seeing this kid be adopted by all these monsters and become the person that he is already a good amount of stuff in the first episode, just how childlike he is. And I'm not going to really try to compare him to different characters because in this point, when you start talking about the characters that have existed for quite some time, you start getting into some bad territories, right? Like, For instance, if I'm like, oh yeah, this kid reminds me a lot of Gon from Hunter x Hunter. He reminds me of him, but he's way before Gon's time, you know. People don't like that, so I tend to stay away from it. Why was that special so weak? But with that being said, I really do like that Toei is just going all out with this. I do have a fear of what Toei might do towards certain parts that they might feel aren't just needed of high quality animated scenes. So we'll see if they go that route. If they're just like, oh well, maybe this scene doesn't need it as much as the other scenes needed it. You know, that is a very, very like plausible thing they can do because it's been seen and done before. So that's a scary thing. But outside of that, we are getting some blessed looking stuff from just this week alone with their choreographics, with the sword fighting, all the way up to calling out the dragon because of this uh, golden version of the magic caps that allow him to just straight up capture people, which is hilarious. How he not only can capture people, but for some reason he decided to catch his grandpa about 5 times, making him ridiculously dizzy, just to then bring him out at some random time to fight. You know, and he's just still dizzy from what he's experienced, but now he's expected to fight at a high level. So this show has a lot of character, like throughout their personalities alone and throughout this animation. You can just see how much effort is going into the show. That being said, though, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later because holy crap, this Friday is packed with shows, and we're gonna have to just find out which shows are not making it. Okay, because this is crazy. I don't know if I can keep up with every single show on seeing how they all came out today. But yeah, that being said, let's kill Zoro.